Sorry with the second attempt there, folks. The camera was going crazy. But this is Brent with the Canadian Heroes Foundation. And today I would like to welcome everybody to our retirement ceremony for the flags we've had submitted to our organization. I am retiring a bunch of flags, 6 flags to be exact, that were sent to us from Thunder Bay, Ontario. And the flags have flown over our country for the last few years. Not all of them for longer than a year, but they've met their time where they've faded, they're torn, they're tattered, and they're no longer fit to fly. So the flags were shipped over to us. I'm currently serving in Germany, so the ceremony is coming to you live from Germany. And the Canadian flag is, according to the flag's traditions, the care of the Canadian flag in Canada, the manual states flag is to be burned in a respectful ceremony, quiet ceremony somewhere, and they can also be shredded. I've never been a fan of the shredding because to me it's like I'm tearing up my flag and throwing it in the garbage. Where here I can respectfully fold it, retire it to ashes with the wood, and then scoop up the ashes the next morning and sprinkle them on the graves of our fallen soldiers over here in Europe. And this year I'll be sprinkling the ashes in Dieppe as they go up for the anniversary this August, on the 19th of August. So today our flags are being retired, and later this month, before I go to Dieppe, I will be having another ceremony to retire the 4 flags I received from the Canadian Memorial in Worthing, United Kingdom, for which I was presented the flags, and we presented brand new flags to them. Some from across Canada, people jumped up and presented the flags to Worthing so they can fly, where a flag in Worthing usually lasts about 3 months before they have to replace it because of the winds. It's always blowing there on the coast. Worthing, during World War I and World War II, a number of Canadian soldiers and sailors and airmen around the area were stationed there, and before setting sail to head to France. So the people of Worthing put up a memorial, and every year, the Sunday before the anniversary of Dieppe, they host a ceremony, wreath laying, and the whole town gathers. It's amazing, the turnout that they get right on the boardwalk, overlooking the coast. Off in the distance, you see France. So I'll be taking those ashes with me to Dieppe, where the flags have flown in Worthing, and will be laying to rest in Dieppe, following the soldiers and sailors and airmen that have gave their life for freedom. So please bear with me with the ceremony tonight. The flags are burning, the wood is crisping, and I'll be going silent for the next little bit as we watch the retirement ceremony in peace and quiet. To those of you just joining us over in Canada, it is just after 8:30 at night over here in Germany, and the flag ceremony is well underway. We are retiring, I believe it was 6 flags, said, from Thunder Bay, Ontario, that have flown proudly over the city and people's homes, and were shipped to us from there to the Canadian Heroes Foundation in order to respectfully retire their flags and have the ashes spread on the graves or markers of our fallen soldiers, sailors, and airmen over in Europe. As well as next week, I will be retiring the flags I received from Worthing, United Kingdom. They presented me with 3 flags to be retired as we replaced the 3 flags with new ones. Last year's memorial service in Worthing, and I will be retiring those flags here and then taking their ashes to Dieppe on the 19th of August and scattering the ashes on the beach where our soldiers and sailors landed during the Dieppe landing, the Dieppe invasion. So the flags flew in Worthing, and they've now made it over to Dieppe. Although not the same flag. Back then it was the ensign and the Union Jack that we flew under as Canadians. But the flag still stands for freedom and what every soldier, sailor, and airman and airwoman believe is right. Our values and traditions of the Canadian Armed Forces are strong, and every member of the Canadian Armed Forces wears the flag with pride on their shoulders. I myself am currently serving 37 and a half years, and by the time it comes to an end, I will have served 41 years and 23 days when I turn age 60 and retire from the Canadian Forces. So still some time to go, but being able to serve my country over the last 37 years has been an honor and a privilege. And now to be able to serve as the chair for the Canadian Heroes Foundation, it means even more. My vehicle is still back in Canada, Canadian Heroes Memorial Vehicle number 8, which is a tribute to our 8 medical technicians that were lost in Afghanistan, who gave their lives for freedom. Along with our other memorial vehicles that are driving across the country, and I believe our 17th vehicle is underway right now. The designs are underway, has been posted up. But with these flags tonight, they are being retired, so we may scatter their ashes in a respectful and honorable way on behalf of all Canadians. So thank you for joining us. Flags are pretty much all gone now. Just the material which is left. Some of the metal rings will be left, but the fire will burn till it's out. It'll burn till it's ashes. I'll just monitor it throughout the evening, and then in the morning I will scoop out the ashes and get them all packaged up and get ready for them to take to Dieppe with me next month. For those that are interested in ways to do the flag retirement, is, as the book says, it says to retire your flag in a respectful manner for which the flag deserves. Like I said, for me, it's always been my tradition, my way of retiring a flag is to burn it. Not in the protest type of a burn, but in folded properly as though presentation to a fallen soldier's family and placed in the fire pit. As I said, this is not a cooking fire pit. It's just a fire pit I use for these purposes. And in a nice quiet ceremony, no big fanfare around, quiet, nice and peaceful in my backyard, I retire the flags. We can post up on the, after the live feed is done, I will get some posts put up, and we will put the proper way to fold the flag, because a lot of Canadians still don't know how to properly fold a flag. We are so overwhelmed with the way the Americans folded in a triangle that everybody thinks that's the way it's supposed to be folded, where in fact the presentation for a Canadian flag is quite different. Afterwards, you'll see people, when they have shadow boxes made, prefer more aesthetically to have it refolded into a triangle, which looks very nice with your awards and history of your service. But for presentation, the way a Canadian flag is folded, we can post that up and send that to you. And if you have any flags that you'd like to retire, if you don't want to do it yourself or can't because you're not allowed to have a fire in your backyard, or if there's a fire ban on, please feel free to send them to the Canadian Heroes Foundation and we will do it on your behalf. It'd be truly an honor and a privilege to be able to retire your flags for you. We've had flags from RCMP detachments across the country, federal buildings in Hamilton, Ontario, where they had no idea how to retire a flag. They were just in garbage bags downstairs in the basement. So when we told them about it, they gave me all their flags, and I'm still retiring their flags. I think I have the last one to go, which will be going next week as well. So from coast to coast, we've received flags. From coast to coast, people have written into us and said thank you for showing them how to respectfully retire their flag. And it, like I said, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to either do it for you or to be able to offer you some guidance on how to and when to retire your Canadian flag. So as we let the fire continue on and the wood turn to ashes, and the flags to be retired, to be presented and sprinkled on the beaches of Dieppe next month, I will sign off as speaking to you and just let the fire burn away and let the remaining pieces of fabric from what used to be a flag turn to ash. Again, thank you again, Canada, for joining me on this evening, this Saturday evening from Germany. I know for some it's mid-afternoon, early afternoon. It's coming up on 9 o'clock. I don't have my watch on me right now, so either just coming up on 9 o'clock or just after 9 o'clock at night on Saturday evening in Germany. Again, thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, Canada. Take care.